Hey everyone. Hi, hey. How's that for the most awkward intro to a live? Welcome to Website Wednesday. This is where I review a website that was submitted to me by someone in my audience, newsletter from somebody who's on my newsletter, and I review / AKA critique, give a helpful and honest review of their website, how they can improve, what changes they can make. So if you are watching live, hello, welcome. If you're watching the replay, #replay, let me know that you're here. Today, we're going to focus specifically on messaging and how to speak only to your ideal client on your website. So when I say those words, speak only to your ideal client on your website, how does that make you feel? Are you like, but wait, if I speak only to my ideal client, doesn't that mean that I'm leaving a bunch of people out? And aren't I going to be losing business if I only speak to my ideal clients? What comes up for you? You don't have to answer, but if you're watching live or the replay, feel free to share it in the comment box. And today I'm going to show you how you can do that in a way that doesn't leave people out and in a way that just up levels your website, your online presence. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a business coach's website, a gorgeous website, if I do say so myself, and you'll know why in just a moment. So if this is your first time joining me for a Website Wednesday, welcome. My name is Marissa. I am the creator of the Meraki Collective, where we help coaches, consultants, and professional service providers show up online with clarity and confidence by way of figuring out their brand, designing their brand, and then launching their brand and website, getting them online so they can do their thing and serve more people. So as I said, today we are jumping into a website critique that was submitted by a business coach, and we're going to specifically talk about how to speak only to your ideal clients. And I have my comment box pulled up on the other side, so feel free to join me if you're watching live, or like I said, #replay. Even if you're watching the replay, I want to know that you're here, and I want to know that this was helpful, if it was helpful. And if you have any questions, please also include those in the comment box as well. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can get this started. Actually, before that, I'm going to answer the question. Isn't it true that if you focus only on one person, if you speak only to one person, you are going to leave people out? No, it's not true. That's the answer to that. How so? Well, the example that I use with a lot of my clients is when you focus on one person, as you're crafting the messaging, AKA the words on your website, if you focus on one person, it actually does three things to your message. It makes it more clear, it makes it more powerful, and more convincing. Convincing, inspirational, you can decide which word you want to use there. It doesn't, in fact, if you try to speak to everyone, that is what is going to dilute your message on your website, right? If somebody lands on your website and they don't really know if you're talking to them or not, that is actually going to get people further away from what you want them to do than get them closer to what you want them to do. So if you speak to your one ideal client on your website, your message becomes more clear, powerful, and convincing. And at the same time, it will inspire, impact, and help other people who may not be your exact ideal client. So the example that I was talking about earlier is, say you are, say like there's like a giant umbrella, and I use this example inside of our program and with our one-on-one clients. Say there's like a giant umbrella, and you or your client is standing under this umbrella. Let's say you're standing under the umbrella. And it's like pouring rain. Just because you're the one holding it doesn't mean that other people cannot gather around you to benefit from this umbrella, right? Other people can also gather around you, but you're the one holding it. So I say this to explain that just because you're going to speak to one person on your website and the words that you create and craft on your website are going to be directed to one person, it doesn't mean that other people visiting, other people seeing your stuff, other potential clients are not going to benefit from it. All that's going to do is give you direction. So would you rather have somebody holding one umbrella where other people can benefit from it, or having that umbrella kind of just like float around bippity bop everywhere and not helping anyone. So think about that as you consider, like, oh my gosh, is the copy, the words, the messaging on my website speaking to one person, or am I trying to talk to everyone? Anyway, not anyway, moving forward, we are going to get into today's website critique. So today's website critique was submitted, or what's the word? Not submitted. I'm looking for the other word. Recommended. I don't remember. I don't remember the word that I'm trying to use. Basically, it's from Leah Muniz. She is a business coach. She is one of our one-on-one clients where we helped her. She joined our program, Launch Your Personal Brand, and then she had us go in and customize her website a little bit further to like get it done quickly. And so that's why that's the website I'll be reviewing today. So like I said earlier, I am going to, I may be a little biased, but I love this website. Hi to those of you that are joining live. Welcome to Website Wednesday. I see you. Thank you for being here. Today's Website Wednesday critique is Leah Muniz. She is a business coach, and we are going to specifically talk about how to speak to only one person on your website and why that's so important. I'm going to show you how you can do that. So like I said, Leah is one of our one-on-one clients. And so after we launched her website, we put it out there. I asked Leah if I could review her website here for Website Wednesday, specifically focusing on the messaging aspect, because that's what she wanted me to give her feedback on. So she joined our Launch Your Personal Brand program. She did all of her copy. She has her business. She does business and mindset coaching. She sent us all her copy, and we basically put it together and launched it. So we did like the tech end of it, and then the visual end of the visual component of things as well. Our Launch Your Personal Brand program shows you how to do those things, but there's the option to have us do it. So like a done for you option. Anyway, so that's what Leah had us do. So this is her beautiful website, and this is the classic template that we have inside of our program. So I'm just gonna, here we go. I'm sharing my screen. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I can scroll. So there's, as you can see, the colors are all on brand. We created a mood board for her, and this is her website coming to life. You can see her mentoring programs and coaching videos. She does business mindset coaching. She has a long-term program and a short 6-week program. And then she does private guided meditation videos. We have a testimonial section here. And I'm scrolling down. She's got her blog post. So like I said, Leah joined our Launch Your Personal Brand program. She created all of her copy and then had us basically launch it. So we did the visual component and the tech portion of it, but this is all Leah. Like, this is her business. She has her programs. She has her beautiful thing going. So obviously, I think I'm going to say that I think this is gorgeous, and I think it's very well done, but not just because we're the ones that did it. I'm totally biased, but because Leah is amazing at what she does. And I just want to take a moment to celebrate this site, celebrate her and the amazing work that she's doing. So of course, I had to scroll all the way down, show off her work just a little bit. Another thing that I want to highlight here, first for these website critiques, I'll highlight a few things and then we jump into the critique section. So she's got her About Me section, her Work With Me section, her programs, but I do want to highlight that Leah has been, even before launching her website, she has been very consistent with the content that she's posting, that she shares out there. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll all the way down to the bottom again. And so she has a Facebook group, a free Facebook community, and she also has content on her YouTube channel. And she has been posting motivational videos on there and has been very consistent with her content. Same thing with her free Facebook community. So she did all of those things. And with blogging, she's been writing and doing all these things even before launching her website. So the reason I share that is, one, to celebrate Leah and just give her some big ups for that and congratulate her for that, but also to share with you that if you are not in the place right now where you are ready to launch your website and like take on this big project, because it can be a big project, whether DIYing it or whether investing in somebody to create it for you, that's fine. There are still ways for you to get out there and start sharing your message and start serving people by way of social media, a free Facebook group, or I'm a big fan of Instagram. In fact, I'm going to be teaching, if you have not heard yet, and if you're not part of our private Facebook community, I'm going to be hosting a 2-day live workshop specifically for Instagram and Canva, specifically for beginners. So if right now you're watching this either live or the replay and you're like, this website is gorgeous. Well, I agree with you. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, but I'm just like not in that place to launch my website, to do that. That's like a huge, massive, undertaking. Then start with social. That's fine. The same way that Leah was doing before she had her website. She was being consistent with her videos, posting content, serving her audience. And if you would like help with that, then join our 2-day live training that's coming up in just 2 weeks. And you have access to the recordings. You'll get access to the Design Your Personal Brand Challenge, a whole bunch of good stuff. So I'll go ahead and add a link to that to register for that. And you can still get in for the early bird price. I'll add a link to that in the caption for this video. So those are the things I wanted to celebrate for Leah for being consistent, for showing up, doing her thing, even before she had her website, and then allowing us to curate this work and launch it, and creating all of her messaging and copy and having her create all her messaging. So getting down to how the big thing that I'll offer Leah here is to speak only to your ideal clients. So again, whether you have a website, whether you're in this industry or not, use these tips, use this insight, this critique, this review to help you audit your work or the work that you are going to do if you're working on building your website. So speak only to your ideal client. Why do I say this? Well, the main thing here is create the business and lifestyle of your dreams. Finally, feel inspired, take action, and avoid burnout. So I love her call to action here. Start now. So when you click on start now, it'll take you to the work with me page so that you can explore her programs and stuff. And then you have, she does business coaching, mindset training, and manifest your dreams. So the biggest thing here is, this is great because it tells me that you do business and then like your tagline here is business and mindset mentor, right? So that's fantastic. The thing is, if you're speaking only to your ideal client, I'm assuming that it's a business owner, correct? Well, not correct. I know that because I've worked with Leah before. But if that's the case, then my biggest recommendation for first thing here on the header is to, if your ideal client, Leah, had created the business and lifestyle of her dreams, if she's already there, or if she or he is already there, what do they get? Why do they want to create the business and lifestyle of their dreams? What is on the other side of that? Because when you are able to identify that and you're able to make that be the first thing that you have on your header, then your ideal client immediately feels connected and understood. This could feel, and it's great, okay? It's great if you want to up level it. This could feel a little bit more like a passive tone, right? Create the business and lifestyle of your dreams. It's like, oh yeah. And then it just kind of like, okay, and then what? So it's our job, right? As entrepreneurs, as a personal brand, to tell them, our ideal client, what is the transformation? What does it look like when your ideal client finally creates the business and lifestyle of their dreams? That's one of the biggest things that I'll offer you in this header image, Leah, is to identify that and craft this main header, this main statement speaking to that. So how can you find the words or phrases that you should include here and that you should repeat actually on your website? Because people need to hear things over and over again before they take action, before they understand what you want them to do, before they actually take action, do something. So how can you find the words or phrases that you should repeat on your website? This is so simple. It's like, oh, such a big question, but it's really simple. What are the words that your current clients, your best clients, your most favorite clients, what are the words that they use over and over again? So when they describe how they feel about their business, in this case, it would be a business, after working with you, what do they say? What's the result that they got? Did they get more time? Did they make more money? What is the big thing that they accomplished? Find out what that is. Whether you are a business and mindset coach like Leah, you're in the health and wellness space, whatever space you're in, what is the thing that your clients thank you for? Use those words, use that language in your main header image, and don't be afraid to repeat that throughout your website as well. So the next thing that I'll offer Lisa here is what are some of the things that you should highlight within the first 3 sections of your website? So we have here a reference to business, and then right here she does business coaching. But when we read the second section here, do you have the vision within you but don't know where, how to start? Are you completely burnt out and feeling zapped of energy? Is the endless chatter in your mind making you frustrated to the point of exhaustion and self-doubt? These are all great questions. I will say though, if I were reading only this part, I wouldn't know that you're speaking to a business owner. So the first, something that you must highlight within those first 3 sections, like your main section, your main header, and then scrolling down, is make sure that the words you're using, the message you're using is speaking to them, to how they identify. So in this case, Leah's ideal client is a business owner. So if I don't know that you're actually speaking to a business owner and I was your ideal client, I'd be like, well, this is nice, but it's not for me. So if Leah was to add in words and phrases in here that imply that she's speaking to a business owner, then that would allow the ideal client, like I said, to speak to that one person. That would allow that one person to be like, oh, she could be my business coach. Like, this is for me. Same thing here, where she says, imagine what you can do when you say yes to you. So this is fantastic. And I love that. But this almost feels more of like a life mentor, life coach. So what if you change this imagine this like possibility, which is such a powerful area here on your website. Imagine what you can do when you, and then insert something that references their business, because that is your ideal client. If you are watching this and you are a yoga instructor, so then what you would do there is reference something that your ideal client is dealing with. How do they identify? If you serve business coaches, business owners, fantastic. But if you serve, let's say, new moms, then you wouldn't just say, imagine what you can do when you say yes to you. Like, I want to know that you're still speaking to me. And again, going back to what I said earlier in my little intro, it doesn't mean that you're going to exclude other people. It just means you're narrowing in on who you're serving. So therefore your message becomes even stronger and more powerful. So in Leah's case, if you're serving business owners and you come out straight out and say that, either solopreneurs or small business owners, whatever your ideal client is, it doesn't mean that an aspiring business owner won't benefit from your services. It doesn't mean that somebody who maybe retired and wants to go back into business won't benefit from your services, right? There's so many other people that will still benefit, but you've got to speak to that one person to make your copy, your messaging solid. Because like I said here, it's like you reference the business and business coaching, but look, there's 2 sections that I go through without even knowing that you're speaking to a business owner. I hope this makes sense. Not just to Leah, of course, and we can have a conversation after this as well. But if you're watching the replay or watching live and you're trying to up your game with your website, or you're thinking about launching a website, I hope all of these things help you kind of like map your stuff out and just know what you need to keep in mind. The next thing is a simple and powerful tip or a certain way that you can highlight your authority, which I believe Leah has done very well on this website, is by obviously having a section of the offer of what you offer, of your services, your programs, or your product, but having a testimonials section, a section right on the homepage of feedback from your clients. This is a great way to highlight your authority. Also, going back to the first point, this first one here, look at what one of her previous clients said. Leah has transformed my business. That's so clear that the person that she worked with is a business owner. And then, so this person goes on to say, when I was searching for a business coach, I felt directionless and really didn't know how to make decisions that would take me to the next level. So right there, we know that this person wanted to learn how to be a stronger decision maker so that they can go to the next level. So, and then she talks about how she had a team of 4 and how Yeah, so she gets into more detail. So that's so amazing, because then Leah can take these words and say, okay, a business owner wants to learn how to make better decisions so that they can take their business to the next level. What does that actually mean? This person in particular wanted to grow their team. So if maybe that's what you help with, then focus on that. So remember how I said, use the words that that your clients use those words throughout your website. I hope that makes sense. I kind of like went back to the first point. If you're watching live and you have any questions about how, if you need anything clarified that I'm talking about, or any of these tips, feel free to share it in the comment box. Or if you're watching the replay, same thing. Or at least just, you can just let me know that you're here and that you're watching, and that's fantastic too. So the next thing is, the last little tidbit that I'll get into is how to highlight the features and benefits of your program and the differences between those two. Okay, so if I click on one of Leah's programs here, the Business and Mindset Coaching, again, I will highlight how beautiful the layout is and the colors and the branding and everything. And so we see here that she has 6 months of one-on-one business and mindset mentoring. Great. So and then she talks about what's included, the weekly calls, and then the extra inclusions. So this is what I have, what I'll offer here, Leah, is that there's a difference between highlighting the features and the benefits of a program. So the features are things like, for example, a weekly one-on-one call, daily email access, maybe well, I guess I was going to say email feedback, daily email access, weekly one-on-one calls are part of the features, right? That's like, if you're selling a car, the features of a car would be like, this is the how fast it goes, this is the paint job, this is the interior. And also, why am I talking about cars? I don't know. But now the benefits of said car are different than the features. The benefits are going to be either things like you save gas, or you can go super fast, or it fits a lot of things in your car, depending on what kind of car and who your client is, obviously. But in this case, the features of your program are like the weekly one-on-one calls, the daily email access. It's 6 months of coaching. That's a feature. What I would love to see here, Leah, is you highlighting the benefits of your program. So what exactly would these one-on-one calls help me do? What would they help me accomplish? What would the daily email access help me accomplish? Where will I be in 6 months? Those things are the benefits, because that's speaking more to the transformation of how you help people. So instead of just including like, here's what you get, here's this, and that, I would love to see you highlight more benefits. And you do in a way by adding the testimonials, but even adding like another section here, or including that. Actually, you don't even need another section. Adding it here, like making these bullet points to speak to the benefits would help highlight your program, would help it be like, okay, cool. These are the features and these are the benefits. There's a difference there. And same thing with the bespoke bonus options. Like, these are the options, but this is how it helps. It kind of goes back, everything ties back to knowing who you're speaking to and knowing how they want you to speak to them. This is something that I just talked about today in one of my group coaching calls. So it's like fresh in my mind. So that is the other thing that I would mention to Leah. Other than that, as far as messaging, I think that this free guide, your freebie, your opt-in, 7 essential elements to avoid burning out in your business. This is very strong because you're speaking directly to a problem that a business owner might be facing. What is that problem? Burnout. And you're telling them, here's 7 ways that you can avoid burnout. Or maybe they're not dealing with burnout, but they're feeling like they're getting there. So this is a really a good, strong call to action. And in fact, I don't think, let me see if I go home. I wanted to just highlight one more thing on Leah's website. When you go to her homepage, we just saw her freebie listed at the bottom, right? But when you're scrolling down, I don't know if this will work because I was already on her website, but she's got, here it is. This is what I wanted to highlight. So we also included a pop-up here so that visitors, when they come straight to Leah's website, they automatically get invited to join, to download this free guide. 7 essential elements to avoid burning out in your business. Actually, this reminds me, Leah, like you could even include something about burnout, something along those lines, whether it's like not having enough time, burnout, or whatever the problem, the big problem is that your ideal client is dealing with. have that in your header. I know that we talked about that first, but I wanted to highlight this area here of this beautiful freebie that Leah has to offer for her clients. So well done. I hope that that was helpful, not only to Leah about how to speak only to one client, repeat the words that they use, repeat them back throughout your website, and don't be afraid to focus on the transformation for that one client, because by default you will be helping other people. The next thing I talked about was what should be highlighted within the first 3 sections of your website. Again, who you're speaking to and what they're dealing with. And then we talked about how to highlight authority with testimonials. And then the last thing was the differences between features and benefits in your program. I hope that that was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Website Wednesday, and a huge thank you to Leah for allowing us to share your beautiful work. Keep up the amazing work and doing what you do and staying consistent with all that you've been doing. You are building an awesome community, and we're honored to have been a small part in your journey. Again, if you're watching the replay or watching live, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you for Website Wednesday next week. Bye, everyone.